Hey, the super's in my bathroom changing my shower head. Have they changed your shower head?
No, he's doing mine next. They're low flow, you know.
Low flow? Well, I don't like the sound of that.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt.
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing? Anything new with you?
I'm on no sleep, bro.
Oh, really? That's.
I've said this before.
Yeah, I think we've all been there. What's going on?
Say it again. Oh, nothing. Just my, significant other woke me up at 5 a.m. to walk her to her car.
Story?
I'm not in the mood.
Oh, really? Okay.
And how are you?
I'm doing all right. Had an interesting evening at Seinfeld Trivia the other night. I met my first Elaine. I've never met a woman named Elaine before. She was playing with her boyfriend or her friend. I'm not sure. We used to date, They've come to Seinfeld Trivia many times. And it's funny, when I found out her name was Elaine, I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. And she informed me that she was indeed named after the character, Elaine.
Wow. Marry me. That's awesome.
Yeah. And, I asked her boyfriend's name. I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Kevin. And I'm like, it's not really a Seinfeld name. And he's like, Bizarro Jerry,
So she can still tow his ass back to Kentucky where they get in a fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. And it got me wondering if any parents out there have actually named their kid after a Seinfeld character, which, would be a more appropriate thought for the Seven discussion. But
yeah, no, we should have touched on this a couple weeks ago.
But if anyone out there, has either named a kid after a Seinfeld character or maybe a pet is more realistic.
What about the Elaine? I'm blanking on her name. It's David and it starts with a J.
Oh, Jamie?
Starts with Jamie. Did they name any of their kids after Seinfeld since they're such big fans?
They would be the couple to ask, but I don't know their kids' names. I was watching a great movie on Netflix, just throwing it out there for people to check out, called Sing Street, which just came out last year. It's wonderful. It's about this Irish high school band, just great stuff. But in the movie, one of the characters is referred to as Cosmo. And I'm like, oh, look at that.
Is his actual name Dylan Murphy?
No, it's not, unfortunately. Oh. It's O'Brien.
That's my boy.
Yes, but enough chit-chat, Vinny. How can our listeners get in touch with us?
They can email us at seincast@gmail.com, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco, 262-622-6726.
Right on. And what episode do we have this week?
We're discussing the 16th episode of Season 7, The Showerhead, written by Peter Melman and Marjorie Gross, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally...
Oh, boy. What happened?
I don't know why I did that.
What'd you do?
Ooh, I just felt like laughing. Yeah. You're gonna die laughing.
Original air date, Vinny? You can get it.
Nah.
He's going to sleep.
I can tell this is going to be one of those days where I'm like giddy. And it originally aired February 15th, 1996.
Right on. Don't have too much trivia this week, but figured we could talk about a few things before we move on to our regular discussion. This was writer Marjorie Gross's last script. We've brought her up before. I think we went in depth in the understudy, probably. She passed away of ovarian cancer on June 7th, 1996. The only writer, I believe, working on the show who passed away while the show was in production.
Okay.
She was known for her episodes The Secretary and The Understudy, which she co-wrote with Carol Leifer. And she also wrote the teleplay for one of our favorites, The Fusilli Jerry.
Solid episodes.
Mm-hmm. And I'll try to find the links again. There are some fantastic bits of stand-up. Marjorie Gross appeared on Dave Letterman's show in the 80s. Just hilarious woman. Everyone should check it out. Even though Marjorie is a co-writer this week, I always think of this as a Peter Melman episode mainly because he had this showerhead idea since the early 90s, since 1991, I think. That's going back to season 3. He didn't get it on the show, of course, until 5 years later. So just, one of these ideas that just kind of, gets knocked around your head a little bit until it works. Peter, if you recall from our interviews, Vinny joked that he only had a few topics that he would use on the show. Mm-hmm. One of them being, altering the body somehow, like in the nose job or the implants. In this episode, I would argue that anti-Semitism, being one of those jokes that he revisits, if you can think of the yada yada when you have the whole anti-dentite in that episode.
Oh, of course.
So it all connects.
It's kind of interesting that he pitched this idea in 91, or at least brought it forward. I'm sure it would have been a much different tone in the episode and had more of a realistic feel to low-flow shower heads. And now it, comes back in season 7, and it's much more of a zanier, feel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It's, again, maybe because the zaniness is getting turned up gradually. This doesn't seem too zany for me.
No, not at all.
It still works.
And you get some great, physical gags as a result, and great looks on all the characters that had the shampoo in their hair still.
This week we get a brief cameo by Jay Leno playing himself, which I think is interesting because if you go back to season 4, The Trip, Jerry goes out to L.A. to be on The Tonight Show, and if you recall, you never see the host. It's just Jerry sitting at the desk.
Yep.
And I had to go back to my notes to, try to figure out why did they not show the host? This was during the
transition?
Yeah, but there's is it like the Battle for Late Night? I forget the term.
Oh, The Late Shift, that movie.
Exactly. Johnny Carson was still the host of The Tonight Show at the time, and they hadn't picked, who was going to replace him yet. So to avoid any awkwardness, at the time, they just shot Jerry sitting next to the desk. So
wow.
It was, of course, either going to be Leno or Letterman. And we'll actually see Letterman in, I think, next season or season 9.
Okay, Jimmy?
It's Jerry.
Oh, whatever.
There's commentary for this episode on the DVD, which Julia and Jason sit in on. And Julie at one point mentioned that recently, at the time of recording, she went to the orthopedic doctor, and her doctor said, "Oh, I see everyone from Seinfeld here. Uncle Leo came in. Mm-hmm. The old lady from the Rye was here."
It's funny how the doctor refers to her, or refers to, Len Lesser as Uncle Leo.
Yeah, sure. But that's so interesting. Can you imagine walking into a waiting room and it's just all these Seinfeld actors waiting to be seen?
That's where you get your autographs.
Now, in general, just for this episode, it's just crazy how many supporting characters we get in one episode alone here. And this isn't like a special, finale or holiday episode. It's just a regular episode. We get Uncle Leo, as we mentioned. We also get the Seinfelds, the Costanzas, Newman, and Peterman. Does that seem like a lot?
Yeah, this is jam-packed. And we still got to find stories for the main 4 as a result.
Yeah, it's just insane. And we might have brought this up before. To me, this is one of those episodes that has, I think, the most secondary characters in it. I'd really be interested to see if an upcoming episode has more. Yeah.
I mean, aside from the finale, but that one doesn't count. But this is all secondary characters, family, friends, bosses.
It's a shame we didn't get Susan this week. Because, she is around, it really would have, pushed it up a little bit.
But, seeing the Seinfelds and Costanzas go at it is one of my all-time favorites in the series.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that scene. But, Vinny, should we get started?
Please.
You get to a certain point with your parents where really the only thing you can do with them is eat. You can't talk anymore, but you want to at least try and keep your mouths moving. And they're so anxious for it, you come in, how was the plane? You must be hungry. How did you sleep? Are you ready for breakfast? My mother will argue with me about what I like. Can I have a piece of pumpkin pie? You don't like pumpkin pie. Yes, I do. Since when? What's the difference? Can I have it? No. I have never seen you eat a piece of pumpkin pie.
I love the stand-up. Mm-hmm. Very relatable. To me, at least.
Well, this sounds like your mom, right?
Italian, New York, old school mother. There's a reason why I was a chubby little kid.
You used to tell me in college, like you'd go home and your mom would have like every food available in the pantry. And every time you come home, it's like, oh, you want something to eat? What can I make you?
Yep. She's got it. There's never did she have to go out for, groceries. There was a pantry downstairs. There was a second fridge in the garage, which I always loved. But she would always like force food on you.
And I recall when I met her for the first time, as soon as I walked in, she offered me food. I think we had those chicken cutlets or something. I don't.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you guys want to eat? I got food here." Shoving it down my throat.
More everything.
I feel very jealous though because I grew up with very like health conscious parents. Mm-hmm. So the only snacks we had, my mom's like, "Oh, do you want some like almonds and raisins, or like some non-fat yogurt?"
You'll live longer.
I guess, yeah. Mm-hmm. I do feel lucky, though, that I haven't reached this point with my parents. Like, the only thing you can do with them is eat. Like, I could talk to my parents for hours. Mm-hmm. We never run out of things to talk about.
I kind of disagree because I mean, we talk about like how's work, how's life, mm-hmm. but it seems to really revolve around food. You want to go out to eat? What's for dinner? What's for breakfast? But it seems like, I don't know, I find that in my experience when I involve with other parents, it's those little pleasantries, and then it's let's get down to business and eat some food.
Oh, specifically, that pumpkin pie line always makes me crack up because I never tasted pumpkin pie until this past Thanksgiving, mm-hmm. first time. I was always just grossed out by it. I'm like, why pumpkins? It looks gross. Like, it was delicious.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Finally, you're missing out.
All right, Vinny, sorry. I love pumpkin pie.
You don't like pumpkin pie.
All right, first scene of the episode, we are at the West Park Medical Group. We've been here before. This exterior looked very familiar. Maybe Watley is in this building.
Okay.
Or the back specialist. I don't remember. But Elaine is getting a physical for an upcoming trip with Peterman to Kenya, Africa. I forgot the pronunciation here. Is it Maasai or Maasai?
I think she says Maasai.
Maasai. All right.
Yeah, the Maasai Bushmen.
The Maasai Bushmen wore these great sandals, and they're going to knock them off. Not the Maasai, the sandals.
I need a urine test.
Right.
I really like the not the Maasai, the sandals line, and then her Lane's right to finish the scene.
Oh, boy. Now, is there any relation between, like, giving a drug test and being a pharmacist? Like, have you ever had to work in that field?
Did I have to do one?
Or either give one or, like, I don't know, work with fluids? I never had to give
one. We fluids. We sell them over the counter. You can purchase different drug screening kits. And they, depending on, what you're screening for, there's ones for marijuana, ones for opiates, it's crazy, everything there. They even sell paternity tests over the counter.
Of course.
But I think I had to take a urine test for, like, a background check.
I would think you would have, being a pharmacist, you would rarely have drug tests.
Define rarely.
Frequently.
Yeah, I had to do one for a background check when I was first graduating pharmacy school, getting a job, and we're subject to random ones at any time, so you got to be ready. But we sell over the counter drug screening kits for different drugs. So now, Matthew, do you recall this doctor's name? This is Dr. Strugatz, and he is played by actor Ron West. He's actually known for being a writer. He wrote on Whose Line Is It Anyway and Second City this week, but he also played a doctor in Third Rock from the Sun. He played Dr. Vincent Strudwick. Vincent, good name. He also played a doctor on Sour Grapes.
Oh, yeah.
He played Dr. Ismer. I don't remember the pronunciation.
That's a movie we should review or discuss on Seincast someday.
Okay. I thought you were going to try and do a separate spinoff again.
Oh boy!
But do you recall this name, Strugatz? Like, this name has always stuck with me because of our first go around with trivia.
Explain.
The first time that you and I did trivia in New York City, you had a couple friends join us, and this was like a who's who of Seinfeld fans. So we were all like, "Oh, going into this, we're so confident. And we're like, we're gonna kill." And the ID round, the identification round, comes up where it's a sheet with just pictures of actors on it, and you have to put either the first, last, or whatever name they give in the show. And this bald doctor with glasses appears on the card, and we're all stumped. None of us could figure out who this guy was. It was like divine intervention, like when George was a marine biologist, in that moment. Mm-hmm. It just came to me, and I blurted out, Strugatz! Dr. Strugatz! Like, the quote came to me, and everybody was so impressed. Like, my chest was puffed out that night. I felt so proud of myself.
Like little Jerry, just like walking around.
Stuff. Yeah.
We were unstoppable.
Yeah. Perfect amount of grease and oil on the joystick.
Joystick. Well, we almost have a Peterman product here in this episode, and she's talking about these great sandals that the Bushmen wear. And I was like, what would this Peterman product be called? We've gotten great ones like the Himalayan walking shoe and the Rogue's wallet. Later on in the episode, there was some deleted dialogue where Elaine says that she was going to go to Africa to hunt for the safari sandal.
Oh, okay.
So that could count, right, as a Peterman product of sorts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought you were actually going to ask me to come up with a name.
I was going to at first, but...
Well, here's one, because I'm trying to think of what's another name for a shoe.
Uh-huh.
But it's the wrong... It's the Maasai moccasin.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if the moccasin would work, but...
That's more North American.
Mm-hmm. I like that, though. That's clever.
Thank you.
Look at you. Pretty short scene here, so let's move on to the next scene, unless you have any more notes.
No.
Next scene, we're in Jerry's apartment. The Tonight Show is in town, and Jerry's going to be a guest on Thursday. His parents are going to be there, and George plans to bring his parents as well. Now, is Elaine going?
Are you doing any new material?
No.
I don't think so. And Jerry, cricks his neck, oh, little dig.
That's a great recurring joke on the show, which I just was never really aware of how often it came up. Like in the was it the trip with Lupe?
Yeah,
it's not Lupe's fault. He had like a note or a piece of paper with jokes on it that got thrown out. Mm-hmm. He had no jokes, and in I think it's coming up soon. I forget the episode with he has the barbecue sauce, and he's like, "No, I'm going to go on the Charles Grodin show with nothing." And Kramer's like, "Well, you better get to work."
I'm out.
Yeah. So just the struggle, for a comedian to have material. Obviously, the show was based on this premise, but when Jerry has no new material, I like it when it becomes kind of a joke in of itself.
Yeah. Anytime they even discuss his material. Last week, it was Ralph saying it's his material.
Oh, yeah.
Just bringing that up is good.
For sure. Well, Kramer pops in to say that the super is changing out his shower head. Turns out Jerry is next. They're low flow,
Low flow? Well, I don't like the sound of that.
And we brought this up before. Probably Julio from the Kiss Hello is the guy changing out the shower heads.
Yes.
It's a big building, Seinfeld.
Well, because there was Harold and Manny, and then we thought maybe Julio had something to do with being the super, and now it looks like Peter Melman will become the new super.
Well, that's in Uncle Leo's building.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Damn. Getting old. Now, Matt, you mentioned in our open that Jerry was going on to the Tonight Show, and this was going to be the first time they were going to see Jay Leno. But that mention of the Tonight Show got me thinking, how many times has the Tonight Show been referenced in the show, like Jerry appearing on the Tonight Show? Not just, physically appearing where we see him on stage or in a chair, but times where the Tonight Show's been mentioned.
Do you have the answer?
Well, I count 4.
Oh, I can only think of these 2, the trip and this episode.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking of the heart attack, where his dream, and he wrote something down, don't mess with Johnny.
Oh, right.
Did you mess with Johnny, Jerry? Mm-hmm. Did I insult Johnny on the Tonight Show? Which means he was on earlier, definitely with Johnny. And then you got the pen, where Uncle Leo says, I thought Johnny was very rude to you. Oh. Because his wife said that, we saw you on the Tonight Show last week.
Oh, it's Uncle Leo, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you got the trip, obviously, and then this episode. And I don't remember if there are any other appearances later on in one of the later seasons.
I don't think so. I think this is it.
Like you said, he's on the Charles Grodin show. He's done the Today Show. That was for charity.
And he tries to get on Letterman.
No, unsuccessfully. So yeah, maybe 4 appearances on the Tonight Show that we can kind of track.
I wonder if that whole I think Johnny was very rude to you. That might have been a reference to that doesn't make any sense. It would have to be more recent than the heart attack. Yeah,
I'm going with 4.
4. Okay, nice. I like that. So what are Jerry's parents actually doing in New York? Last week they left phase 2 of the Pines of Mar Gables in disgrace after the impeachment, but they're not quite ready to head back to Florida into this new development called Del Boca Vista. In the meantime, they're in seclusion at Uncle Leo's apartment while Leo moved in with his girlfriend, Lydia. And I can't believe it. Uncle Leo's having regular sex.
Yeah, no, it devalues the whole thing. This little plot point that they mention, and the fact that we get the Seinfelds here, they're in seclusion from Florida. Doesn't it make it like this is like a 3-parter, like the thrilling conclusion to the condo saga?
It does have that vibe to it of sorts. I just love any time they can reference an episode just from like last week or 2 weeks ago. It just makes it feel like it's one big story here.
Hello?
Jerry, what time do we have to be at the Tonight Show on Thursday?
You gotta be there at 4:30.
But it comes on 11:30.
Yeah, well, they tape it in the afternoon and then they air it at 11:30.
How long they been doing this?
30 years.
Helen, did you know that they tape this thing in the afternoon?
All right, I'll see you later.
Georgie, how come your parents never moved to Florida?
Yeah, that is odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're retired.
There's no economic reason for them to be here.
They have no friends.
No social reason for them to be here.
You're all grown up.
Yeah, they're through ruining my life. What the hell are they still doing here? Let me see this pamphlet. Huh. All right, I'll get back to you.
Hello?
Where can I buy some ice? Your father likes a lot of ice.
I don't know. Maybe get an ice tray.
I can do that.
Dad just called me.
Yeah, I know. His phlebitis is acting up.
Yeah, all right. Well, I got some people here.
Okay.
All right, bye. You see this?
What?
Any thought pops into their head, they're calling me because it's a local call now. I'm used to a 1,200-mile buffer zone. I can't handle this. Plus, I got the dinners, I got the pop-ins. They pop in. It's brutal.
Barney Martin. How long have they been doing this? 30 years. I remember as a kid when I learned that they recorded it earlier in the day. That was like a revelation for me.
And there were some great moments in here, like when Jerry's like sick of talking to his dad, and he's like, "All right, I'll see you later."
Yeah, he really is becoming like weary of his parents.
It's just a total off topic here. I've been watching a lot of It's Always Sunny, and there's this great recurring joke. Whenever Dee calls one of the guys and she's talking about something and she's very excited, it's only a matter of like seconds until they realize like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and they just hang up like while she's still talking.
Seinfeld on crack.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines too, I use this at trivia a lot. Helen's, "Where can I buy some ice? Your father likes a lot of ice."
I don't know, maybe an ice tray. And we learn of the buffer zone, the 1,200-mile buffer zone that separates Jerry from his parents, Florida to New York.
Let's talk about George here. He mentions that his parents are retired, which got me thinking, especially back to the contest when, he got caught, he's like, my parents aren't supposed to be there. They're supposed to be working.
Right.
What do you think George's parents did for a living?
Well, we know that his father once sold religious artifacts, right? Mm-hmm. That was one of his careers.
Maybe he still did that.
Perhaps. Kind of. And he also did charity work for the, I forget the name of the foundation, but for people with disabilities, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was kind of like a humanitarian.
United Way volunteer guy, right? Mm-hmm. And we know nothing of Estelle, what she did for a living.
Yeah, what does she seem like?
Because they're at their age that they would be retired, but maybe they had like a part-time job just to get out of the house, or did she still, was she still in her career from when she was younger?
I could see Estelle working at like some kind of like makeup counter or like jewelry counter. Does that sound right?
Okay. Yeah. She is quite like charming and sweet when it's not her family, when her husband or son are not around her.
Or I could like see, if the Costanzas owned like a deli or a bakery, like Frank would be the one getting all the food ready and she'd be running the cash register.
That's right. But at this point in the story, he doesn't cook anymore.
That's right. I know nothing about cooking. Now, Jerry says that the only way his parents go back to Florida is if Leo breaks up with his girlfriend and has to move back to the apartment. But how's that going to happen? And we find out in the next scene when Jerry takes Leo out to lunch. But before we do that, I wanted to bring up one last thing here. The muffins, of course, will come back later. We see Elaine warming them up in the microwave.
That's right.
And
she knows how to use it this time.
Yeah, good point. I was disappointed. We didn't see anyone pop the top, which...
It wasn't. It hadn't come to fruition yet. That idea
seems like a good opportunity, but there's an odd moment when she takes them out of the microwave. George grabs one, and he's like, "Ooh, hot!" He's like a hot potato.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yeah, but he never eats it. It like winds up back on the plate, and then he leaves. So I'm like, what was that all about?
It was too hot. He wanted to know her definition of hot. Now George actually takes a pamphlet, and he's like, "Let me see that pamphlet," and he leaves with a Del Boca Vista pamphlet. And don't you think Jerry could have foreseen what was going to happen, George taking this pamphlet of the very condo that his parents had just moved into, rather? He's a smart guy.
No question about it. And you're right. In the raincoats, his parents say, we can't stand them. So he should know. He should have seen this coming.
But he missed the world's colliding theory. Kramer knows the world's theory. Mm-hmm. So maybe Jerry just is slipping up this season.
I should have helped Elaine with that muffin. All right, next scene, we're at Monk's. Leo is very happy to be eating with his nephew and insists they do this once a week.
Once a week? I just realized, rewatching this episode, I use this line all the time with my friends. Mm-hmm. Whenever we go out and I had a really good time, I always say, we got to do this once a week or once a month. Mm-hmm. And I forgot that I'm lifting directly from Uncle Leo.
And I think you reacted the same way when we recorded our first episode. I'm like, Vinny, we got to do this once a week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like once a week.
Yeah, there it is.
Every week. Before the convo gets going here, Leo takes a bite out of his burger, tosses it on his plate in disgust. He ordered medium rare. It's medium. Conclusion, the cook must be an anti-Semite. You just don't overcook a hamburger, Vinny.
Anyway, the point I was making before Goebbels made your hamburger here.
Love any good Nazi references on Seinfeld. Always a good laugh. Just mentioned Hitler last week, so.
And then Ava, the Nazi from the limo.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of Nazis.
Soup Nazi.
Hotsy Totsy. Hotsy Nazi.
Oh, boy. Well, Jerry starts manipulating Leo and getting him to doubt his relationship with Lydia. How can he limit himself to one woman? The way women look at him, he's an Adonis. His beautiful features, lovely skin. This is the prime of his life. He should be swinging.
You should tell this Lydia character it's been real. Move back into that bachelor pad and put out a sign, open for business.
Leo is buying what Jerry is selling, but Lydia is just so perfect for him. He can't seem to find a flaw.
Well, keep looking.
We don't bring this up that often on the show because, what can we add that hasn't already been, thought of? But Jerry has the line here that, you should be dating a woman 20 years younger, I think, along those lines. At the time, Jerry Seinfeld was dating a woman 20 years younger.
So he was the Adonis.
Yeah. And it had me wonder about either a previous episode or an upcoming episode. Doesn't Jerry date a woman who has no flaws? And he's like, "You're perfect."
It was the girl it was Christine Taylor, her character. She had the birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was her too, but that line, "You're perfect," and he walks away. I thought it was someone else.
Matt, she's a loser. Maybe it's somebody else, but that's who I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Well, next scene, we're at Elaine's office. Peterman stops by to break some bad news. Despite her enthusiasm, she won't be accompanying him to Africa. It's her urine, Vinny. She's tested positive for opium.
White Lotus, Yam Yam, Shanghai Sally.
Well, Elaine is confused since she's never done a drug in her life, but this is no mistake. Peterman will just have to find someone else to accompany him. The Dark Continent is no place for an addict, Vinny. But Elaine knows something went wrong with the results. In fact, she'll take a pop urine test right now.
I'll be ready in 3 minutes.
So, Vinny, on the topic of opium, I mean, no one's, crushing up like a poppy seed or extracting anything from it. It's all done like in a lab nowadays, right?
It's usually done synthetically, yes. I don't know. That's getting more at the chemical structure, which I don't have a lot of experience with.
Oh, yeah,
but,
you're all like, I'll put some pills over here.
I'm going to take these pills from a big bottle and put them in a little bottle. But, yeah, it's mostly synthetic in this country.
Now, like heroin is derived from opium, right?
Morphine, oxycodone, hydrocodone, those are all opioids.
When Elaine's like, I'm testing positive for strictly opium, would it specifically come up as opium?
Well, it usually is, I think it tests positive for opiates in her blood. So it'd be more generic, but I don't think eating poppy seed muffin would cause, that is a TV show.
Sure, of course. But the whole like drug addiction like issue or just having drugs in your system with Peterman reminds me of I forget the episode, but it's with the rickshaw when that guy Zach gets run over by the rickshaw.
Oh yeah.
Elaine was helping him get clean.
That's right. Use your bucket.
There you go. The detox poncho. But in that episode, I think Peterman has a similar scene where he walks in and he's like, he's back on the horse, Elaine. Smack. White Palace. Chinaman's nightcap.
And I think we'll also learn that Peterman has a bit of a penchant for this stuff, right? When he goes postal.
We're gonna hear more about his drug history later, but when he has that break and he's like, I'm in Burma. And he's living in the cave, there is a chance he's been doing a lot of drugs, right? Well, I'll find out a little bit more about Elaine's opium addiction later. Next scene, we're at the Costanzas, and we got a clip here. George is pretty subtle. He's just trying to nudge his parents in the right direction here.
Woo! Boy, it's cold outside, huh? Oh, these New York winters. Bitter cold. Bitter!
I was out for 5 minutes before. I couldn't feel my extremities.
What extremities?
You know what the temperature in Florida is today? Huh? 79. That's almost 80. Yeah, I read someplace the life expectancy in Florida is 81. And in Queens, 73.
So, George, why are you here?
But I can't stop by and visit my parents.
What's this?
That's where the Seinfelds are moving. They got a great deal.
Yeah?
You know what they got in Florida? High-a-lie. You bet on the games, you clean up.
I don't bet.
Now, what about the dolphins? You can swim with the dolphins down there.
I don't swim.
You could pet them. They come right out of the water onto the sidewalks.
You trying to get rid of us?
Rid? Oh, come on. The word is care. Care. I care about your comfort, be it here in Queens or 1,200 miles away.
It's a shame Frank doesn't really have many lines in this scene, but there's this one moment. You might know what I'm talking about when George says, you know what the temperature is in Florida today? 79. That's almost 80. And I think it's the moment where Frank's like, oh, you don't say. Like, he has this interesting reaction.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
He nods approvingly as if to say, like, I could see myself settling down there. Mm-hmm. The whole, I couldn't feel my extremities. And Estelle looks at Frank scathingly, what extremities? I don't... Is she saying that he doesn't have extremities, or what's an extremity?
So I took it in another direction too.
Oh.
I thought
challenging his manhood?
That's exactly what I thought it was.
Wow, okay.
But that could be my Matt moment of the episode.
I think I'm having a Matt moment myself.
Oh boy. Happens to the best of us.
You know what else they got in Florida? Hi-a-lie! You've been on the games, you clean up.
I didn't realize that was popular in Florida.
Nor did I. I thought it was more of a international thing.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned earlier that George took that Del Boca Vista pamphlet from Jerry's and he gives it to his parents. We actually get a shot of it briefly, and I noticed there's that little, I don't know, slogan on the cover. It says Del Boca Vista, where living has no limits.
Oh, okay.
So that's the slogan for Del Boca.
This all reminds me of my parents and their place down south as well. I love it.
Was it similar? Like, did they have different pamphlets that they were looking at? Or did they know they wanted the villages?
Oh, no, they wanted the villages specifically because they were told they went on a trip and they took the tour of you. I went on this tour last time. Kelly and I went last time we went, and you go on this bus and there's the driver and then the tour guide, and they are some of the like nicest, like very folksy people. And after their spiel, you're like, I want to live with these people.
Settle down.
So yeah, it's definitely Kool-Aid.
Well, next scene, we're briefly at West Park Medical. Elaine is about to hear her test results, and Dr. Sturgatz just shakes his head. She tested positive again.
No. Wait, is this a precursor to Elaine being difficult with doctors?
I don't know. She's rather pleasant in the first scene. You know, she's very chatty, and
I just wanted to plant a seed because she's like, mm-mm.
Next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment. Kramer bursts in with, how would you describe this hair?
Flat hair.
Flat, de-poofed. Jerry's got the same problem with the new low-flow shower heads. There's no pressure, and the guys can't get the shampoo out of their hair. Just
exactly
very similar to the barber. You know, when Jerry gets the haircut. Great hair visual. Kramer's upset, of course, because he's not himself without a good shower. I mean, who is? Jerry has bigger problems. He's got the Tonight Show tonight. You know, he's going to have to shower in the dressing room now. And Kramer leaves to find another shower, and he stops by Newman's, and he's got the same problem.
This is awful. I'm not Newman.
Who do you think has the worst hairdo out of the three?
I have to say Kramer,
Yeah.
because that is such a such a big part of his personality and what makes him, I think, attractive. You know, for a man. But it's like it's parted down the middle, and he's got these little bang things that going off to the side.
It's awful. I gotta say, I've never experienced not being able to get the shampoo out of my hair. It's usually the conditioner that screws me over.
Oh, really? The shampoo you can't get out of your hair, Matt?
What is this because you're bald?
What I wouldn't give to know what that feels like, you insensitive.
I'm sorry. So I'm not allowed to talk about my hair?
That was
because you choose to shave your head?
That was a Jerry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Next scene, we're at Elaine's office, and this is one of a few scenes this episode I'm so happy to get to.
Elaine, yeah.
Kramer, you look terrible.
Look, I need the keys to your apartment. I gotta take a shower.
What's wrong with your shower?
There's no water pressure.
Why don't you just go see Jerry?
No, Jerry's got nothing. Newman's got nothing. You're the only one I know who's got the good stuff, and I need it bad, baby, because I feel like I got bugs crawling up my skin. Now, you gotta help me out.
Not on my watch.
What's the matter?
I will have you turn my office into a den of iniquity.
You have?
Get your fix somewhere else. Go on, Peter.
Mr. Peterman! What are you doing?
Elaine, you're out of control. You need help. Huh? I know what you're going through. I, too, once fell under the spell of opium. It was 1979. I was traveling the Yangtze in search of a Mongolian horsehair vest.
For God's sake.
I got to the market after sundown. All of the clothing traders had gone, but a different sort of trader still lurked about. Just a tasty scent. That was all it took.
Mr. Peterman, I don't know what's going on here. I am not addicted to anything.
Oh, Elaine. The toll road of denial is a long and dangerous one. The price? Your soul. Oh, and by the way, you have till 5 o'clock to clear out your desk. You're fired.
One of the best scenes of the series, I would argue.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's blocked so perfectly. Peterman is really coming into his own as a character. He's a little bit larger than life, and he calls him a vagabond and den of iniquity. And just the physicality of Michael running into the wall, coming back in, and timing it perfectly to get hit with the door.
I think one of the best physical gags in the entire series. Yeah, for sure.
And Jason asked Julia during the commentary, how did you not crack, between Michael's physicality and John O'Hurley's, beautiful delivery of these lines? How did you not crack? And she also said,
I think it was more the Kramer scene. I don't think she laughed.
She said her view was blocked, so she didn't see it. But then she jokingly said, I was looking at the file cabinet because this is something that Julia would absolutely break.
Oh my God.
Having seen.
Absolutely. And with Michael running into the door, I wonder if John O'Hurley knew he was going to do that. That's something I'd like to ask him, because I don't know if Michael liked to surprise people on set. Just, I don't know, the way Peterman kind of turns around, it's almost like he didn't expect the door to fly open again.
It's a beautiful, visual poetry, comedic poetry.
You mentioned earlier how Peterman really, shines in the scene, and I would argue this is when Peterman kind of goes up a level in terms of like figuring out who this guy is, what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Because up until this point, he was, pretty eccentric, as we saw in The Secret Code. He's really long-winded, but here that I love the Kramer part where he's like, Jerry's got nothing, Newman's got nothing, you're the only one who's got the good stuff. And you get that shot of Peterman walking by and then slowly putting his head in the doorway, like, what's that? I don't know. It's great. Great stuff.
On my watch.
And we possibly have another Peterman product here, the Mongolian horsehair vest.
Ooh, now that I'd like to wear.
Now I got a question for you, Vinny, a trivia question. Can you think of another episode when Peterman says, "You're fired, Elaine"?
Oh, he does say to Elaine? Because I know he fires Morty.
I don't know what I was doing peddling that.
Elaine.
Well, I asked this at trivia, and I was looking for this answer, but another team wrote a different episode, and I'm like, oh, they're right. She's been fired twice. Or at least Peterman has said you're fired.
Oh, he says it over the phone, doesn't he? No? Oh, when she eats the cake? The Entenmann's cake?
No, because he's like, I think...
Oh, that's right. That's punishment enough.
Will be punishment enough.
Okay, you got me. What is it?
It's the English Patient.
Oh, and she's like, fine, okay. And she just leaves the theater?
She's like, I hate it! And he's like, oh, really? You're fired. And she's like, great, I'll meet you outside.
Yeah, that's it.
So who knows what the ramifications were of that firing, but anyway.
Elaine gets fired a lot. Mr. Pitt fired her.
Mr. Pitt, yeah.
You're fired, Elaine.
Next scene, we are at NBC Studios, and wow, back-to-back two fantastic clips. Here we go.
All they serve is chicken?
There's more food down the hall.
Hey, wrap it up. We'll take it home.
Hi.
Hello, Seinfeld.
Hello.
This is your dressing room? They treat you like Toscanini.
Oh, Jerry, I don't know how you can do this. I'm so nervous for you.
Actually, I'm drunk.
Hey, how was Florida, huh?
Hi, we just bought a new place down there.
I know. We were looking at the brochure.
You what?
Why, you thinking of moving?
No, not really.
Because if you are, you shouldn't. There's nothing available in that development.
Are you telling me there's not one condo available in all of Del Boca Vista?
That's right. They went like hotcakes.
How'd you get yours?
Got lucky.
Are you trying to keep us out of Del Boca Vista?
I know this doesn't seem like work to any of you. If you could perhaps conduct the psychopath convention down the hall, I could just get a little personal space.
Great scene, man. I think these are the moments you live for, right? Whenever you can get these four incredible actors together.
Titans.
Yeah.
There's a sweet moment where Estelle is like, I don't know how you can do this, Jerry. I'm so nervous for you. And he says, I'm drunk. They show a shot of the Costanzas, and Jerry Stiller, Frank Costanza, seems very like tickled and amused by that comment.
He's smiling several times in the scene, and it's so bizarre to see Frank.
In a good mood.
Yeah.
It's like he admires Jerry in this moment, I think.
Yeah. Very bizarre.
And Matt, did you notice when Morty said, "You shouldn't think of moving. There's nothing available in that development." Mm-hmm. And does that remind you of something?
It's taken line by line from the Maestro talking about Tuscany.
How fabulous is that? We not only have that Maestro callback, we also have, how'd you get yours?
Got lucky. Come on, Elaine, I'm popping some Verdi. It's wonderful. It's such a great callback, and it's super subtle too. I don't think, like a casual fan would get that, but it's just so rewarding for the diehards.
Exactly.
And I wanted to give a shout out to a few of our listeners who wrote in during the Maestro. That moment when the Maestro is sitting in his car and he kind of waves his hand. He's like, "Nor should you." It's very like reminiscent of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Star Wars. Doing a Jedi mind trick. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Had to get a Star Wars reference in there, didn't you?
Of course. I love that last line when Jerry's like, "If you could perhaps conduct your psychopath convention down the hall."
Uh-huh.
Well, one, Jerry is, I think, cracking up, like he's holding back some laughter. This is a line, though, I've used with my family many times.
Oh, I bet you did.
When people are arguing, I just try to wave them away. Now, I have an odd Matt moment here that I'm sure a lot of listeners are going to roll their eyes over if they haven't already. But when I heard Frank say, where is it?
This is your dressing room?
Yeah, they treat you like Tuscanini. I thought for years, Tuscany? Like people from Tuscany? Because
Tuscanians.
Well, there's the whole, Costanzas living in Tuscany. You've got,
aware.
The whole Maestro joke, this scene. But I assume, based on my Google searches, that he's actually talking about Arturo Toscanini, who was an Italian conductor with the Metropolitan Opera, New York Philharmonic, NBC Symphony Orchestra from the early 1900s until his death in the 50s. So,
oh, wow, okay.
Just throwing it out there.
I didn't know that either.
I assume, at least, Frank's Italian, and he was around during that time. He would have been aware of the conductor, right?
Do you think yeah, I think you're right. And I think, again, the whole Maestro composer connection, I think they threw that in there as well. Do you think when you said his name's Arturo Toscanini, is that what you said?
Yeah.
If he, went for a beer at a bar after an event, they'd call him Artie?
Yeah. I happen to know for a fact that. Now, let's talk about the best part about this scene, Vinny.
When Frank says, "Are you telling me there's not one condo available in all of Del Boca Vista?" He closes his eyes, he tries to find the line, and he barely gets it out. Now, the reason for that is that's Jerry Stiller. That's the Jerry Stiller method. He could not get the words Del Boca Vista to come out in succession. Mm-hmm. There's so many takes that they had to get through, and Jason joked that it took 45 minutes for him to get this line out. Del Bisto Vecco, Del Voca, all sorts of different consonants coming out, but they could not make Del Boca Vista stick.
And I've actually got a clip. This is unfortunately not on the blooper reel. It's from the Chronicle clip show that aired before the finale. Mm-hmm. So it's only 15 seconds or so, but it's worth a listen.
Are you telling me there's not one condo available in all of Del Boca Vista?
That's right.
In all of Del Boca Vista? In all of Del Vista Bico?
That's right.
In all of Del Visto Becco?
It's great how after he struggles with every take, Estelle Harris is looking at him and she just cracks up with each one. All right, next scene, we're at Monk's. Elaine is at the counter eating another muffin and telling the waitress about failing the drug test, not once, but twice.
Yeah, it's hard to figure.
It's one of my favorite random lines. Everyone has them, right? Like the little ones you pick out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
I'll say that in that delivery from time to time. Hard to figure.
Her next one is the one that I adore.
Oh, right. So Elaine is really disappointed. She won't go to Africa. Again, she was going to meet the Bushmen of the Kalahari.
Oh, the Bushmen?
And the Bushwomen.
That is Michelle Bonilla, who plays that waitress. Mm-hmm. She was in ER, but she actually worked with Jason Alexander in Dunstan Checks In, and then she worked with Michael Richards in Trial and Error.
Oh, man.
She goes way back with these Seinfeld alums.
Two classics. Well, there's this guy sitting at the counter. he overhears the conversation and points out that Elaine is eating a poppy seed muffin, which she eats all the time, apparently. You know what opium is made from?
Poppies! Angelo Damasio Jr. plays the man in restaurant who has this one little blurb. Reason I bring him up, he also was in the Shaq episode of Curb. He played man in white coat #1.
Classic role.
Thank you. Nailed it.
Do you know what his scene is in that episode?
I assuming he's in the hospital in the doctor's office because that episode takes place in the hospital. But I could be wrong. Where else would you see a man with a white coat?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Stay out of the sun.
When I was in junior high, it was a big change in my life because that's when I started like doing adult things like
getting hair in really weird places.
Also doing adult things like drinking coffee. Ooh, watch out. But I love this. Every weekend, my parents and I would walk to this cafe where I grew up on the Purdue campus, and every time I went, I was influenced by Seinfeld, and I would always get a cafe latte and a poppy seed muffin.
Oh, you.
And I did that for years, and it's just so weird when you don't really think about it, but how much Seinfeld has influenced our life. You know, little decisions here and there.
It's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, one other thing regarding poppies, you know, it's been revealed the poppy seeds are what's, you know, making Elaine test positive for opium, which you pointed out would never happen, right?
Not from eating a poppy seed muffin.
Right. I never understood growing up why the characters fell asleep in The Wizard of Oz. Do you remember that when they run through the poppy flowers and, you know, all the pollen, they're like, oh, they're all getting high, right?
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. I haven't seen Wizard of Oz, and so what? Why are you laughing?
Just, I don't know. I don't know if my conclusions make sense because I don't understand the whole chemistry aspect. And are you getting high off the pollen or the seed? Do you have to like heat it? Do you have to release some kind of oil from it? Like, what is it exactly? But
would you tell me?
Thank you. Oh boy. Next scene, Jerry is on the Tonight Show, sitting down with real life friend Jay Leno. And he's talking about, you know, how crazy his family is. He's pulling some material from his lunch with Uncle Leo. If anything goes wrong, he blames it on an anti-Semite.
Spaghetti's not al dente. Cook, anti-Semite. Loses a bet on a horse, Secretariat, anti-Semitic. The high holy days in the temple, Rabbi, anti-Semite.
I'm playing Lydia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jay.
I thought that was your J laugh.
That was my Lydia laugh.
Oh, now I get it.
I can't do it.
That was pretty good. Jay has got a little Clooney thing going here with the salt and pepper. He looks so young.
Jay Leno, George Clooney, very similar.
They're twins.
What? So while Jerry is doing this bit, you know, making fun of Uncle Leo, we cut to Uncle Leo and Lydia in bed watching, and she's loving it. She's cracking up, and Leo is just lying there, arms crossed, really upset.
He comes to the realization that she is an anti-Semite.
Of course. And we get an act break. Next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment, and let's just go right into this little clip here.
Hello, hey, listen to this. My Uncle Leo broke up with his girlfriend because of that bit I did. She thought it was funny, so he accused her of being an anti-Semite. They had a huge fight. Now he's moving back into his apartment. You know what this means? My parents are going to go back to Florida. What? What number is this? Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
How does this happen? How do you call someone and then just start talking? Like,
the lines got crossed. I think he was so excited that he just launched into his story without even, all it was, hello. And then he said, hey, guess what? Da-da-da-da.
Right. Who do you think he was trying to call? It was either George or Elaine, right?
I would assume George, since George knew of the full situation.
Oh, that's a good point. So Kramer enters in his robe, and his hair is still matted down. Jerry's is depoofed as well. Kramer isn't happy because he just took a bath, Vinny. A bath.
It's disgusting. Sitting there in a tepid pool of my own filth. All kinds of microscopic parasites and organisms having sex all around me.
You used to sit in that hot tub.
That's superheated water. Nothing could live in that.
Chicken?
Yeah. Is he wearing the same robe that he wore in the pilot? It looks very similar.
Question. Oh man, if they got the same,
that'd be cool.
Robe, yeah, that would be fantastic. it's very Kramer-ish where it's ugly and it's really short. Like too short.
Plus he was a different man back then.
With a different body. Let's talk about Kramer's bathing habits.
Big continuity goof, if you will, here.
Right. What's the biggest?
Well, he... if we're going back to the wife, when they're debating, do you pee in the shower? Do you? Mm-hmm. Elaine questions Kramer, and he goes, I only take baths. Mm-hmm. And the only change in that is the hot tub where he starts... But that's not bathing. That's just relaxing,
So something happened between the wife and the hot tub where he's like, oh, this is disgusting. Because if you go back even farther to the Keys, we get like that montage of sorts, of Jerry's frustration with Kramer, like being in his apartment. Mm-hmm. And he goes to the bathroom and Kramer's taking a bubble bath.
What? Yeah, he's in the tub.
Kramer, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Is that my towel?
So there's been issues, like this is issue with his bathing habits, and then his underwear has also kind of gone back and forth over the years,
right.
Which I think we've discussed.
Good point.
So
in a later episode, he has trouble in regards to showers, like how
his
long,
routine.
Yeah, like how long should I be in the shower?
Constant motion. Right.
And I guess that leads to the whole, which I was going to bring up at the end, it leads to the whole garbage disposal.
Absolutely.
In the drain. Well, Elaine pops in and is excited to tell Jerry that the reason she kept testing positive for opium was, again, poppy seeds.
Poppy seeds. He's with her here. He's on board.
Whenever I hear people say Poppy, I always think of Poppy, the person.
Yeah. He should have made an appearance. Mm-hmm. He should have poked his head through the door and be like, hello, and the
audience goes wild.
Yeah. Woo.
Well, Kramer offers Elaine some chicken as she explains, well, I'm going to get tested later, get my job back, and then I'll be on my way to Africa. But there's a knock at the door.
Chinese food?
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry. Well, I may have a solution to our little problem. Elaine, would you excuse us?
Oh, come on, Newman.
I have a private matter to discuss with my fellow tenants, if you don't mind.
Jerry.
Look, sister, go get yourself a cup of coffee, all right? Beat it. All right, now here's the lowdown. Through a certain connection, I've been able to locate some black market shower heads. They're all made in the former Yugoslavia. And from what I hear, the Serbs are fanatic about their showers.
Not from the footage I've seen.
Nevertheless, sometime this afternoon, behind the Market Diner, an unmarked van will be waiting. I'm expecting the call at any time. Are you in?
I'm down.
Jerry?
There's some wonderful lines in this clip as well. Mm-hmm. Newman's little rant about the Serbs being fanatic about their showers. And
Not
Jerry
from the
having
footage I've seen.
Exactly. Jerry having a wonderful comment from that. And then when Newman says, nevertheless, I feel like any usage of that word, nevertheless, Larry David put that in there.
Always.
And I'm thinking in the JFK Jr. voice.
Yes, in the pilot. Oh, he's a horrible, horrible man.
Nevertheless. And then even Calvin Klein says nevertheless, but I feel like that is Larry David. He is the only one who can use that word.
Okay. Careful.
And then my favorite part of the scene is when they all agree to come together to go purchase. Are you in?
I'm down.
Jerry.
Just a finger.
He could only muster one finger.
That's something. I haven't done it in a while, but I feel like I did that in college. I'll just give someone a finger to shake.
Oh, I'm no stranger to that greeting. I've fallen for that every time. You used to be on this real big kick where you'd be like, hey, buddy, how you doing? I hadn't seen you in a while. Uh-huh. And you'd reach out your hand, and it looked like it was a firm handshake you were offering me. As soon as I went to make contact, you went limp, and I got the wettest fish for a handshake. Not quite the same thing, but I never got the finger from you.
Yeah, the dead fish, we call it.
There it is.
I do love the moment earlier in the scene, too, when Newman kind of channels that, I don't know, that old-timey kind of character. Like, look, sister, go get yourself a cup of coffee, all right? Beat it. Takes her out.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Which is a weird visual to see. You know, if Newman does in fact have feelings for Elaine, you know, seeing him treat her that way.
Well, I think he's so fanatical about his shower in this moment that, you know, his attraction to Elaine is pushed to the side.
Now, I didn't realize this, but it looked like Elaine was using the mustard for something, like maybe for the chicken.
Yeah, the chicken was a little dry, probably.
And when Newman kicks her out, she's still holding the bottle. Mm-hmm. What'd she do with that bottle?
It wasn't Dijon, though. It was that yellow stuff.
Good, yeah, continuity. That's what matters. Jerry apparently hasn't said hello, Newman, since the label maker. Last season, yeah.
It's a long time.
A very long time. Next scene, we're at the Costanzas, and we got a clip here because it's just so great to see these actors in this explosive kind of energy.
So, Georgie, we have some big news for you.
Big news.
We're moving to Florida.
What? You're moving to Florida? That's wonderful! I'm so happy! For you! I'm so happy for you! Oh, what do you need this cold weather for?
Has nothing to do with weather. It's because of the Seinfelds.
Yeah, what do you mean?
They don't want us there, so we're going. We're moving right into Del Boca Vista!
So you're moving there for spite?
Absolutely. No one tells Frank Costanza what to do!
That's right! All the holiday out there!
So, Georgie, are you going to come to visit us?
Oh, every chance I get.
Spite is a big deal in the Seinfeld universe.
Definitely.
And again, I'm going to say it this time and one more time, but I love Jerry Stiller here. No one tells Frank Costanza what to do.
That's right. Who the hell do they think they are?
How dare they? They don't want us there, so we're going.
Right. Now, did you notice in the scene, like, that odd feeling of George being happy with his parents? You know?
It is a very rare occasion when we see all three of the Costanzas getting along and all smiles on their face. But I guess we got to realize that George has ulterior motives.
They're happy for different reasons. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But if you look on the surface, we're like, wow, what a tender moment for the Costanza family.
Right. Not going to last. Next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment, and George continues his enthusiasm, bursts in, and God, Jason's performance here is just incredible. You know, it's finally happening. He's free. His parents are moving to Del Boca Vista.
Del Boca Vista, that's where my parents are moving.
I know.
We can visit together.
Every 5 years. You know why they're moving there? To spite your parents.
To spite my parents? Your parents are crazy.
I know, they're out of their mind. They're all talking like Jerry.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Amped up Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there was actually an alternate line in this scene. Mm-hmm. Originally, Jerry was going to suggest, let's celebrate with some champagne. And George, the clever chickadee that he is, was going to say, champagne, you don't have champagne. And then they decide to have a beer instead. But what a wonderful callback to the engagement episode with champagne. How often is it that you get engaged? You know what? No champagne. So
Also,
why take that out, man?
That's good. I think it's like an unnecessary callback because that's a really deep cut. But I agree with you. As a Seinfeld fan, it would have been great to just extend this episode into an hour for that one joke.
It would have got the Emmy that year. And you're almost like happy for George at this point in the episode because he may have gone on to lead a successful life had his parents, moved in this episode. Maybe the marriage with Susan would have may or may not have panned out,
As we'll talk about in a later episode, do you think George would be better off with his parents away or his parents nearby and he inherits money? Like, what's better for George?
Oof, that's a tough one. I would imagine them moving away mentally, because he has a job, he makes a decent living, but mentally the abuse that he would take from his mother and father, would have decreased. So
Right.
Happier.
And the money wasn't gonna necessarily last. It would have been okay for a while, but
yeah,
that mental anguish is probably the most detrimental to George's health. Now we'll come back to this Jerry George scene in the apartment. We're going to cut over to Uncle Leo's briefly here. Since Uncle Leo is moving back in, the Seinfelds are packing their suitcase to head back to Florida when the phone rings.
Hello?
This is Frank Costanza.
What do you want?
You think you can keep us out of Florida? We're moving in lock, stock, and barrel. We're going to be in the pool. We're going to be in the clubhouse. We're going to be all over that shuffleboard court. And I dare you to keep me out!
I'm sorry. We can't get back to Florida.
This is my favorite part of the episode. We're going to be in the pool. We're going to be in the clubhouse.
You're right, though. Yeah, there's really nothing to be said about this. It's just a fantastic scene. I don't think we've ever seen Frank yell this passionately.
Really?
I mean, the scene previously with George, he was screaming, but... Oh, Hoochie Mama, that's a big one.
Hoochie Mama. Do we get to Hoochie? We already did Hoochie Mama, right?
No, that's in Serenity now.
Okay, so we haven't... I've been watching some season 9 and 8 Seinfeld lately, so I'm getting... I'm cheating. I'm getting confused as to when I'm,
Time's folding in on itself.
Yep.
I don't know, just that last line, I dare you to keep me out. It's just such a close-up shot on Jerry.
And the emphatic slam of the phone, but he says, and he throws his head back, which he's done, I think, when he does that same kind of grunt that when I'll show these people a thing or two about class as he cinches his trench coat.
Does he do it with his stop short? I stop short. Maybe.
I think he does again.
Just brilliant. Next scene, we're back at Jerry's apartment. Interesting visual here, Jerry and George drinking their beers as they, clink bottles.
First of all, it's rare to see them drinking alcohol, right?
I mean,
it happens from time to time.
Sure.
They have Hennigan's, but like a beer, sitting in the apartment having a beer?
Drinking in the apartment, seemed a little odd. Now, with the Costanzas living in Florida, Jerry tells George that his life will improve, food tastes better, the air seems fresher, he'll have more energy, self-confidence than he ever dreamed of. And the phone rings. It's Morty asking Jerry if he and Helen can move in with him for a little while.
That cracked me up when I heard that glass breaking.
Yeah, Jerry drops his bottle and hears that his parents can't move into Del Boca if the Costanzas are.
You don't understand. You gotta have a buffer zone. How cool is it that these experiences, like, they're generational? Like the Seinfelds, the parents know about the buffer zone, just like Jerry knows about the buffer zone. So I like that this is kind of cyclical. Like Morty and Helen go through the same things that George and Jerry go through.
But the Seinfelds are completely unaware of their, like, having a buffer zone with their son, right?
Of course.
Why would you need a buffer zone with us? We're your parents. Well, Jerry, he's a good boy. He tells them to come over, and he hangs up. Can't believe his buffer zone just went, from 1,200 miles down to 2 feet. And George refuses to help, refuses to talk to his parents. Jerry had his buffer zone for years. It's his time to live, baby.
You know what you're doing, don't you? You're killing independent Jerry.
Which, if I have to criticize anything, it's a funny callback, but it feels a little forced. Like,
shut up.
You just told me to shut up? Because, earlier with the whole Maestro thing, like, super subtle. This one just feels a little too...
Let this be for the casual observers, and we got our own, yeah.
I have to complain about one thing, right?
Yeah.
So Jerry thinks he better talk with Uncle Leo and have a very different conversation at Monk's.
Move back with Lydia?
Come on, you're lucky to have anybody.
Last week you told me I was in my prime. I should be swinging.
Swinging? What, are you out of your mind? Look at you, you're disgusting. You're bald, you're paunchy, all kinds of sounds are emanating from your body 24 hours a day. If there's a woman that can take your presence for more than 10 consecutive seconds, you should hang on to her like grim death, which is not far off, by the way.
She's an anti-Semite.
Can you blame her?
She is so perfect in every way. It's got a little Christopher Walken delivery to it.
it's a harsh line, but I love that whole, you should hang on to her like grim death, which is not far off, by the way.
You're bald, you're paunchy. It's kind of sad, that he is manipulating his uncle, who, we as fans all adore, but he's just, doing the little marionette thing with him.
Right. And that last line is great. She's an anti-Semite. Can you blame her?
Yeah. Oh, poor Leo. There was some deleted dialogue where Jerry asked Uncle Leo, "You ever seen yourself eat a pack of nuts? You look like a rabid animal with nut paste all over your face."
Nut paste. I like that.
Yeah, I never heard of nut paste.
Yeah, it's like all mashed up,
You mean
it's like peanut butter.
Okay. Peanut butter.
Yeah, it's a dairy product. Next scene, we are at Jerry's apartment, and Helen and Morty are unpacking. Morty heads to the bedroom as Elaine arrives, picking her teeth.
Oh.
Hi, Elaine.
Hello. Jerry's not here?
No.
Huh. Oh, my God.
What?
A poppy seed. It must have been in the chicken. Oh, I'm dead. I'm going to the doctor's in a half an hour.
Why?
It's a long story.
Just a second. I have to go to the bathroom.
What are you going to do in there?
What am I going to do in the bathroom?
You got to do me a favor.
Elaine, I really have...
Hold on a second, Mrs. Seinfeld. I need your sample.
You want my urine?
I need a clean urine sample from a woman.
I don't know.
Oh, please, Mrs. Seinfeld, please.
Well, what am I going to do it in?
Well, one of those glasses.
Jerry's glasses?
Oh, yeah, he won't mind. Come on, you're his mom.
I could, should I use a coffee cup?
Yeah, coffee cup's fine.
Or maybe I could use a juice glass.
Yes, fine. A juice glass is perfect.
This one is kind of scratched.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, all right. How about a milk glass?
A milk glass, a juice glass, any glass. Just pick a glass.
Jerry really doesn't wash these very well.
Mrs. Seinfeld, choose a glass. Pick a glass, Mrs. Seinfeld.
This is another fabulous scene. And it's with the two, first ladies of Seinfeld. We have Ma Seinfeld and then Elaine.
They've had several scenes before, but it's so wonderful to see Julia and Liz, I don't know, share just one space together, and work off each other.
Exactly. Elaine is so desperate to get this urine sample. She wants to go to Africa so badly that she convinces this elderly woman to give her urine. And what's even better, we both know, I think everybody knows how much of a neat freak and clean freak Jerry is. And I'm thinking when Mrs. Seinfeld agrees to do it, I'm like, Jerry's going to know that his mother peed in one of his glasses.
Jerry's glasses?
Yeah. A juice glass? A milk glass?
Pick a glass, Mrs. Seinfeld.
Jerry really doesn't watch these. That was my favorite part of the clip. That she
totally distracted.
In the heat of the moment, she got distracted by that.
I wonder what Morty is hearing from the bedroom. He's just like, what the hell is going on out there?
Will somebody get that?
Yeah, just a wonderful scene, though. And it's incredible, this episode. We've gotten the Peterman thing with Kramer, the Costanzas in the dressing room, the phone call from Frank. It's just unbelievable. And no surprise here, Liz Sheridan, who plays Helen, she has said that this is one of her favorite scenes from the series.
Can you blame her?
Next scene, we're in an alley somewhere. Kramer and Newman meet with a shady showerhead salesman.
Looks like a elderly Jesse Pinkman.
He opens the back of his van to show what he's selling. What does he got here, Vinny?
Got the Cyclone F series, Hydra Jet Flow, Stockholm Superstream, you name it.
The guys are looking for power, man. Power.
Like Silkwood.
That's for radiation.
That's right.
I love that. Newman really needs his power. It's probably because his apartment is just so filthy. Who knows what's in there?
Mm-hmm. It's very cluttered in there.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone just curious, I wasn't aware of the movie Silkwood when I first saw this, but it's a movie from '83 by the wonderful filmmaker Mike Nichols. It had Meryl Streep in it, Kurt Russell, Cher, Craig T. Nelson, but it was about a whistleblower who worked at a nuclear power plant. And it's based on a true story, actually. So if anyone wants to check that out, it stars the most overrated actress in the world, Meryl Streep.
Oh, what a phony baloney.
Now, Kramer notices a giant shower head called the Commando 450, but the salesman, doesn't like to sell that one. It's only used in the circus. It's for elephants. But
that's what we want.
Kramer and Newman insist, and they say they'll pay anything. What about Jerry?
He couldn't handle that. He's delicate. From the same company that brought you the Commando 8 air conditioner, the Commando 450 shower head.
You think it's made by the same company, this Commando Inc. or whatever?
Commando Incorporated, yeah. The fine selling of air conditioners and shower heads.
That's another fun part of trivia, is taking all of the model numbers mentioned on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
The Rolomec 1000.
I know the Rolomec.
One that's really tough that people don't think of is it's like the SP 2000.
What's that?
That's Kramer's meat slicer. Yeah,
oh,
he's
really?
Like, I'm here to pick up the SP 2000.
Ooh, I wouldn't have got that one.
And then, do you remember what the wheelchair was in the handicap spot?
Oh, hold on. Damn. I'm trying to think of I need the first name first.
I don't know the number, but it's Cougar. It's like Cougar 9000 maybe?
I think Cougar 9000. Yeah, I was going to say 9000 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I put Stephen Hawking into one of these months ago. He's loving it.
So I'm wondering, did Kramer and Newman get 2 Commando 450s? Or are they going to share this one?
Well, they need one for each. They would probably, yeah. Well, because there was only one in the truck, right? In the van.
Right. I mean, he had boxes, so maybe there was another one.
Okay.
But I like to think they only bought one, and like either Newman would go over to Kramer's to shower, or like they would trade it back and forth, like unscrew it, give it to the other one.
That would suit them.
Mm-hmm. Now, next scene, we're at Uncle Leo's apartment again, and this time the Seinfelds are unpacking. They're very confused. You know, Leo dumps Lydia, now he's back with her. Doesn't make any sense. And there's a knock at the door, and we've got a clip here because the voice should sound very familiar. That is writer Peter Melman as the super.
It's the super. We're installing new low-flow shower heads in all the bathrooms.
Low flow? I don't like the sound of that.
Hey, that looks like the pharmacist from The Sponge. Low flow shower heads.
I remember this voice from when I first saw this episode, and it's so funny as the years go on. I'm like, wait, that's Peter Melman's voice? Like,
yeah.
So Peter has appeared on the show many times, just his face, and here we hear his voice. I don't think you ever hear his voice and see his face at the same time.
Oh, that's a shame. Never got his.
Next scene, Elena's at home. She's on the phone with Peterman and getting some great news. Finally, her drug test came back opium-free, so she's got her job back. However, she won't be going to Africa.
According to her urine analysis, she's menopausal. She has the metabolism of a 68-year-old woman.
But she wanted to see the Bushmen.
Oh, and one more thing. She may have osteoporosis. Isn't that a violation of HIPAA?
Yeah, if you're doing a drug test, don't you have to be looking for those things? It's not like it just produces this report.
Depending if they do like a blood test, they can test for everything. So they can have a readout of all your lab values.
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny little like twist at the end though, that you think she would go, but it turned, like why she had to use a 68-year-old woman. So good writing.
I'm surprised that Helen is 68. Just because both of our moms are over 68. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't feel like Jerry in this episode, We were kind of unexpected babies, but
surprises, if you will.
Mm-hmm. So Helen is 68 years old. That's pretty young. I always thought they were older than that. Anywho.
Let's not even analyze it.
Now, one of the last scenes, we get a lot of quick scenes here wrapping up the episode. We're on the street. The Seinfelds have decided to head back to Florida, mainly because the Costanzas have decided not to move. But maybe it has something to do with the shower heads. Helen and Morty's hair look ridiculous, all matted down.
Jerry, I tell you, the first thing I'm going to do when I get back to Florida is take a shower.
Right.
That cracked me up when he said that.
And it's such a weird hairdo. Morty's is the worst. It's like, it's flat and it's got that little...
He's got bangs in the front.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
but they're parted down the middle to the side. Now, take notice of the scene visually here. You'll see a bald guy loading the cab. That is Seinfeld utility driver Dave Pierce. And the reason I bring this up is because he is the same guy who plays one Karl Farbman in the Checks next season.
Karl Farbman.
The same.
So is this a double dipper?
I think it is.
You double dipped the chip.
Double dipped? What are you talking about?
I just wanted to play that theme again. We haven't played it in a while. Now, you probably won't believe me, but last week, when Kramer says, "Hey McNabb, Channel's on HBO tonight," Dave Pierce is the taxi driver in that scene. And I remember seeing his profile, and I'm like, that looks just like Karl Farbman.
Wow.
But I couldn't... Well, first of all, he's a little heavier, I feel like, than Karl Farbman. And I don't think he had sunglasses on. Maybe he did, but I just couldn't tell if it was him or not. So I wrote it off. I'm like, nah, it's probably not him. And sure enough, we find out this week it was him. So he has been in at least 2 episodes as a cab driver.
Possibly. Oh, okay. And
So-
three total.
3 total episodes, yeah. So we might see him again. I don't know, but
I'll be damned.
So he has appeared on Seinfeld before.
But it's so terribly un-Karl Farbman-like for him to drive a cab.
Of course. Maybe he's moonlighting. Now, do you believe that the Costanzas would not move to Florida because they want to be with George?
Yes, I did. Because as much as, they hem and haw at each other, I think Estelle in particular would miss him.
Okay.
Even though they've had it with him. Right. They're cutting him loose. I still think she would pine for her baby if she was in Florida. They also don't have a lot of friends. I don't see them going. I feel like they just move from one house and stay inside to a house in Florida and stay inside. They already went on their cruise, right?
They went on the cruise, yeah.
Okay.
And
because you could argue that they're getting at an age where they want to enjoy life a little bit, and we'll see that later on next season.
Right. Because they do move at some point, right?
They buy a car. He gets a Pierre Cardin tie.
No, it's when
where do they move?
I think it's the money when Jerry's sleeping in the back of the Cadillac and Frank's walking around in Florida and he's like, they got bums sleeping in cars.
They urinate in there.
So they eventually get out, but yeah, I think ultimately they're destined to live in Queens forever.
Queens.
All right. Last scene of sorts here. We're at the Costanzas and George is sitting on the couch, clutching a pillow as his parents sit on either side, and they're getting into an argument over whether or not he should take Frank's swim trunks.
Why should they go to waste? He was so close.
Poor bastard. And over the credits, we get this wonderful physical comedy, some of the best in the entire series. I don't know how Michael does this, man. It's nuts how he flings his body back and he just, spills over the side.
And he's hanging from a shower curtain, which that's kind of dangerous to, he's risking life and limb. But it looks as though the stream of water is kind of off to the side, because it doesn't look like it's actually hitting him and bouncing off. It looks like it's going past him.
He kind of has to turn for the camera.
Yeah, but it still looks great. I'm just wondering logistically how they filmed that without, because then water would be getting everywhere, splash on the camera.
But man, that jet stream is insane. The length is it's 6 feet of water. But there was apparently a scene either filmed or they never got around to filming it that was going to accompany this, right?
They were going to have Jerry in his shower, and I guess we were going to see him have to deal with, maybe he got the more delicate shower head, or who knows. But there was slated to do a scene with Jerry in the shower with his new shower head.
You know what would have been awesome is getting imagine Newman, Jerry, and Kramer all in their respective showers, but all dealing with the Commando 450.
Yeah,
that would have been kind of cool.
Just a, and you see somebody fly out of the frame, and then the next one, and then the third one to finish it up. But I see that Kramer scene, and I'm just like, he is so freaking talented.
So, what do you think?
How does the shower head sound to you?
The shower head? Oh, I like the sound of that. I'm a big fan of this episode. I recall watching this, early on in my fandom, so it's been with me for quite a while. those episodes I saw when I was, just becoming a Seinfeld fan, have a special place in my heart. And one thing, though, again, that I didn't realize until this episode is just how incredible the guest stars are this week. I mean, it's nuts, from, again, Newman, Costanza's, Seinfeld's, Peterman. It's all over the place. So you've got really like the top tier secondary characters,
all our favorites.
Yeah, all in like this 22-minute episode. It's nuts. And there's something, I say this every time Peter Melman, writes an episode, there's something about his ideas that are just so simple, and they don't require a lot of ridiculous setup or, okay, buy this for a second so we can, move on with the story. It's all very realistic.
They're not forced in any way, and they like seamlessly work as a Seinfeld premise.
And he has that old way of having a joke in the first, like, I don't know, couple of minutes, and we keep with it the entire episode. You know what I mean? We never go off the rails or...
Yeah, he's very good at... We always talk about meat on bones, but he's got a lot of meat off this one little bone of an idea.
What about you, though? You a fan of this episode?
This was a sleeper for me. I saw we were doing the showerhead. I'm like, okay, but a lot of great stuff. There's good physical comedy. I like Elaine's storyline with the Bushmen and the poppy seeds. George trying to get his parents to move to Florida. The physical gag of the flat matted hair with all the characters. And my favorite is the Seinfelds and Costanzas going at it with Frank shining. So this was a lot of fun to revisit this particular episode.
For sure. I'm trying to think. I love just nitpicking anything I'm not a big fan of, and I really can't find anything that just either rubs me the wrong way or just I never found funny.
I really like Mike Kramer's comment about baths being tepid pools of sitting in his own filth, but I do find issue with continuity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's as like a diehard long-term fan, not for this particular episode. But other than that, I can't really
fault it in any way. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. It's perfect.
On the topic of being a diehard fan, I'm not loving that whole independent Jerry thing. I know you disagree, but
can you believe this guy, everybody?
That was just, I don't know, that felt forced. But
sure.
I mean, there's so much good stuff in this episode, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually going to put this in my top 20. I'm going to put this at my number 19. So it's no surprise there.
Big leap of faith on that one.
Number 19. So I'm saying adios to the race. And this is going to be sandwiched between the Kiss Hello at 18 and the Pool Guy at 20. What about you, Vinny? Is this cracking your top 20?
It's so funny because every time I already have my number in my head of where I want to put it, and then you'll say yours, or one of us will go first. But we're usually pretty close in terms of where we put our episodes. Having said that, I am going to knock out the 7, which is my number 20 episode, and insert the showerhead at my number 20.
Jesus,
it's just getting in there. I got the Fusilli Jerry, the Jimmy, the Rye. I don't want those gone. The 7, it wasn't that great.
Every week we'll got that one we raved about. It wasn't that good.
I want to hoard them. Should we extend to the top 30?
Well, one of our listeners did point out you should go to 24 since that's really a full season. And I think we'll do that starting in season 8. But
make up these rules.
I mean, we'll be lucky if anything cracks our top 10.
Yeah.
Up until the end. But there is one in season 8 that I think could enter our top 10. Very excited about that. Our listeners should start placing bets at this point.
What, $100, $500, $1,000? All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 17th episode of Season 7, The Doll.
Maddie, eat with your hands! Why do you eat so fast? You can't even taste it!
Don't tell me how to eat!
But for now, I'm Vinny.
I'm Maddie.
Signing off.
Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Now, what are you looking for?
Power, man. Power.
Like silkwood.
That's for radiation.
That's right.